Rutsani,
I'm
good
waiting.
morning, everyone. Okay, thanks. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining today's webinar on business rescue. My name is Shani Kelly, and I am an education specialist from the Corporate Education Unit of the CIPC. I will be the facilitator for today's webinar. Today's webinar will aim to provide business rescue practitioners with status report and terminations or sub-implementations which have been released on the 1st of September 2024. Our presenter is Ms. Mapule Malinda, who is the acting team leader in the Business Rescue Practitioner Unit of the CIPC. After the presentation, we'll have a question and answer session. We will respond to today's questions only on the subject that we are discussing, which will be posted under comments. For questions that are not related to the topic, please log an inquiry. The recordings of this webinar will remain on Facebook and YouTube should you wish to view it again. The presentation will also be on our CIPC website. I am now going to hand you over to Ms. Mapule to do her presentation. Mapule, you can continue. Welcome to our webinar.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kelly, for inviting us for the webinar. The presentation is regarding business rescue. I am Mapule Malinda from the Business Rescue Unit. I will be giving you the presentation. Okay, our structure. I'll start with the structure of the business unit. BRP is the section within the directors, members, and practitioners business unit, also known in short as DMP. It is responsible for the facilitation of accrediting of professional bodies, notice for practitioner licensing, proceedings, appointments, terminations, or substantial implementations. Further record the status reports for proceedings that have not ended within the prescribed 3 months period and monitor the conduct of the business rescue practitioners. And here is the table of content. Our table of content has the background and we'll be talking about the background and system developments, status reports, termination and substantial implementation that is under regulations 125, substantial 4 and 5. The background of the business rescue. When the CIPC was established, all applications were processed manually first. However, as part of the Commission's strategic planning, the Commission automated some application, including some business rescue processes. This was a phased approach which started with business rescue proceedings, license, and appointments applications, which are now done online on our new e-services. Recently, we have launched the submission of status reports, termination, and substantial implementation that were released on the 1st of September 2024, and they are currently live, and you may submit them as the business rescue practitioner. The next process after this will be receiving of complaints so that we may have a proper case management system, because currently we are still receiving complaints via email to our personal emails from the complainant. And we will be talking about the status reports, business rescue status reports. Status reports is under section 132, substantial 3, duration of business rescue proceedings. If a company's business rescue proceedings have not ended within 3 months after the start of business proceedings, or such longer time as the court, on application by practitioner, may allow the practitioner must prepare a report on progress of the business rescue proceedings, and update it at the end of each subsequent month until the end of those proceedings, and deliver the report and each update in the prescribed manner to each affected person and to the court if the proceedings have been the subject of a court order or commission in any case, meaning that after the entity has commenced its business rescue proceedings, within 3 months' time, if the proceedings are not terminated or substantially implemented, then the practitioner has to file the status reports every month, as from after the 3rd month. Duties of the practitioners, Regulations 125 Substantial 1, notice to be issued by practitioner concerning business rescue proceedings. A business rescue practitioner who is required by Section 132, subsection 3 and B, to report to affected persons on the progress of the business rescue proceedings, or required by Section 141, substantial 2B, to inform the court, the company, and affected person as the prospect for rescue of the company must prepare and file a notice concerning the status of the business rescue proceedings in forms COR 125.1, deliver a copy of that notice to the court and to the company, and must either deliver a copy of that notice to each affected person in accordance with Regulation 7, or inform each affected person of the availability of a copy of the notice in the manner contemplated in Section 6, subsection 11B, Roman figure 2, and Regulation 6. The requirement of business rescue status reports: you have to log on to our new e-services, must be a registered client with CIPC, must be the active practitioner for the entity you are filing for. And then on the COR 125.1, if you are not the one that is signing, you have to provide a mandate for the person signing on behalf of the practitioner. And then the documents that will be uploaded. And also there is an information to be completed in full on the screen when you do your online application. We need the status report and the COR 125 to be also attached on the application when you are filing. And then now we're going to speak about terminations and substantial implementations. Terminations and substantial implementation, according to Section 141, substantial 2A to B and Roman figure 2 of the Companies Act 71 of 2008, business rescue practitioners can file a notice of termination of business rescue at any time during the business rescue proceedings. If they conclude that there is no reasonable prospect for the company to be rescued, apply to court for an order discontinuing the proceedings and placing the company into liquidation, or they no longer are reasonable grounds to believe that the company is financially distressed. That's when you can terminate. And the requirements for terminations or substantial implementation also done on the new e-services. You log on new e-services, submit a registered you must be a registered client of CIPC, must be the active practitioner for the entity you're filing for, or provide a mandate for the person filing on your behalf. The information to be completed in full on the new e-services screen. And then documents to be uploaded are as follows: a COR 125.2 or a COR 125.2, which is termination, or a COR 125.3 must be signed by an active practitioner or provide a mandate for the person signing on behalf of the practitioner. The COR 125.2 being the termination should be accompanied by a court order and grounds for termination. The COR 125.3 being a substantial implementation should be accompanied by the PI score breakdown at the end of the proceedings. And that would be the end of my presentation. Any questions? And my colleagues are also here to assist with the questions and answers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mopule, for that presentations. Please, y'all are welcome to post any questions that we have onto the comment sections. Is there anything else that y'all would like us to discuss with y'all? Is there any questions that you would like to read out and have an answer? Okay. Mapule, would you like to go and discuss the presentation a little bit more in detail? Let's start with the structure. Okay, we have discussed the structure of the, oh, great, we're getting some questions over here. That's awesome. Do you need to apply for a new application every month for each matter regarding the subject, what status report? Would someone like to answer that question for us?
Okay, thanks, Nikki, for the question. Yeah, so Nikki, we have observed that when it comes to the status report, as Section 132 sub 3 states that there must be an application. It's something that also CIPC is considering to get a legal certainty, because we have observed that just subsequent to the 3 months, people, they just continue to file status reports without any application. Even if the matter was through the court, you don't even get any proof that a court was approached to request for an extension. So we're busy with that. However, when it comes to the application is supposed to be done once, and then after that, you file then the status reports, and then up until to the end of the proceedings. And this new process then assists us also to ensure that we thoroughly go through the reports. We have observed that some of the reports, they are just standard reports that says the business rescue is still continuing. So there's an information that we request. We want to find out if there was a creditors meeting and what were the issues that led to the proceedings not to be completed, and what are the steps that are being taken to ensure that those matters are being addressed as and when arises. So that's how we're dealing with.
Thank you, Mr. Vuyani, for that answer, for the answer of that question. Let's take the next question that we have. Okay, it's from Tamron Cronier.
Yes.
How long will it take to process?
Rabbits will take that one.
How long will it take to process this once the termination has been filed?
Once the termination has been filed, we process the application as soon as possible on our side, and the client will receive feedback as soon as practicable.
Yeah, so it won't exceed 2 days.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much for that, Vuyani. Okay, Jaco's question is, for the monthly reporting, if we missed a month, is it possible to submit these in a backlog?
Yeah, so I will take this one because this is critical. If you miss a month, and then you'll have to submit it in backlog. However, moving forward, we are going to publish business rescue practitioners that are falling behind in terms of status reports. because also that tells us the capacity that the practitioners have. They are maybe inundated with work and they cannot get to then the legislative requirements that they are supposed to comply with. And remember that CIPC as a regulator needs to ensure that there's adherence to the Companies Act. So please, you must be up to date with your reports, because very soon you will see your names being flagged, published as in terms of people that are not filing reports on time. Thank you. The next one, it will be Tsakani.
Okay. Okay. Sakani, your question is from Hester. Do you have to log onto each company's own CIPC with their own login details to load the status report?
Yes, you have to. Each company must, the person who has to upload is the business rescue practitioner and has to apply for that company. So you cannot have company A filing for company B. So each and every company has to have their own.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
so-
you for that.
Yeah, so in addition, what happens is that when you log in, all the companies that are under your profile will reflect. And if the company is not under your profile, then that will be seen. So if it is under your profile, then you'll be able to submit. If it's not under your profile, it means that you should have received a mandate to do it on behalf of the practitioner. So you'll type the registration number after you've logged in, and then the system will give you the details.
Okay, we have another question from Nikki Strader. I have previously received a request that not only a company's director may sign a core 125.2.
Yeah, so that request, I think it should be sent to Mapule so that we can verify. The 125.2, it is the termination, which it is the responsibility of the practitioner, not the director. So we need that specificity, and then it must be sent to Mapule. Mapule will share her email address.
Okay, thank you for that. Jan van Jaresveld, we have a rescue that was filed manually and a core 125.1s are filed manually. Will this have to be done on the new e-services?
Yes. Everything must be done on the new services. We are not able to run parallel systems. So if you have done via the email, go to the system and file.
Thank you for that. The next question, the new e-services portal does not have a section for submitting a mandate document when uploading documents. Is this something that can be added or fixed, because it can often be left out when uploading?
Riabetsu will respond to that.
The mandate can be scanned together with any document that is to be submitted in support of the application.
Okay, thank you. Nikki has another question. Would the process feedback on the status report be received through the e-services site?
Tsakani?
Yes, it will be received through the e-services site. So it will go through level 1 and level 2. But if there's a rejection or an approval or whatever feedback is there, you actually get it on the new e-services site.
Okay, thank you for that. The next question we have, if we have ongoing rescues, will the status reports we have already submitted be uploaded by CIPC, or must we upload all status reports from previous rescues?
No. You upload the ones that are due and the ones that have already been filed. The CIPC will undergo a process of scanning everything so that we have one repository.
Okay. Allison's question is, let me just get that. Can the business rescue practitioner sign the call to be submitted with the monthly report. It is wholly impractical to require a director to sign, especially when you have no cooperation.
Mapule, I think you have managed to catch your breath. Can you answer that one?
Yes, the beer with the mandate provided they can sign. The practitioner can sign as long as there's a mandate provided.
Okay, so there it's the BRP that signs the forms. It is not the director. It's the BRP. Hence I said the one that said they were asked that the director must sign, they must forward that to Mapule. It is the BRP that signs the COR 125.1, which is status reports. It is the BRP that signs the termination. It is the BRP that signs the substantial implementation, not the director. Any other person that signs on behalf of the BRP must get a mandate from the BRP to do that. Thanks.
Okay, Alison, that answers your question. The next question is from Honey. When you asked if the creditors meeting has been held, are you referring to S147 or R151?
Tsakane?
I don't really understand the question if it's in relation to appointment or status report.
To status reports.
It's being referred to the status reports?
Section 147.
Oh, so you're referring to section 147. Okay, Honey, that's your answer. Let's see, Tamarin Cronier, let's have your question. I recently processed a termination and completed the PI score as per the site. It was approved at level 1, but then it was rejected as it stated that I needed to provide the breakdown of the PI score.
Ria? That's yours.
It is a requirement to include the breakdown of the PI score when you submit for a substantial implementation. The requirement is even provided in the practice note 3 of 2021.
Yeah, so 2 eyes are better than 1. So that is why you find that it may be approved at level 1, but at level 2, it is rejected. It is because of the same application is being reviewed, so that we ensure that everything is attended to accordingly.
Okay, Garrett's question is, from what date do we need to lodge the monthly status reports on the e-services portal?
Yeah, so if you have not filed and the status reports are due, you now use the new portal from the 1st of September. That's when the portal was launched. You'll have to file it there.
Okay. The next question is, please explain to me in simple terms, what is business rescue and is it compulsory for all registered companies? Okay. Who's going to take that question? What is business rescue?
So we will respond. I thought you said we must respond on presentation because this was not part. But in simple terms, a business rescue is the company that is ailing financially. Therefore, the company is in distress. The company is not able to meet its financial commitments. And therefore, the company will then request that it is put in a status whereby it is able to recover. So if you are placed in business rescue, then it means that there will be a moratorium against the company so that you are able to recover. So business rescue is like a person that is at ICU and is allowed then to recover. And therefore they will appoint then the practitioner, which will then say is a person that will assist supervising this company to get back to health So it's like a doctor when you're in ICU. So there are certain requirements that you must meet for you to be placed in business rescue. One is that the company then must resolve that it is in financial distress. And then secondly, it must also state that there are reasonable prospects for the company to be rescued. So meaning that we do not take companies that are terminally ill to business rescue. So those companies then ultimately they will die. So they don't, it's like a person that is brain damaged and brain dead. Yeah. So that's what business rescue is all about in a nutshell. And the aim is to ensure that we save the jobs and also the livelihood of people so that the companies are not liquidated and people end up losing their jobs. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Vuyani, for that very, very informative answer to business rescue. Jay Lee's group, let's see his question. We submitted an application for external company registration via email, and it's been 4 weeks, and we haven't received feedback. Can we advise or what can we do?
Shani, that is not within our scope. It's not business rescue. You can see it's
Okay.
registration.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I missed that. Sorry, sir. Tamron's question is, if there's a joint BRPs, do both practitioners need to file a report, or can one file on behalf of both with both signatures?
Tsakani?
Only one can file. It's fine if one can file, but you need to include both practitioners on the COR 125. But one can file.
Okay, thank you. Honey wants to know the status report on e-services site has a question about the creditors meeting. Are you referring to S147 or S151? With regard to the creditors meeting, which one are you all referring to? Status
We are
report.
referring to section 151, which is a meeting to determine the future of the company.
Okay, Honey, I hope that answers your question. Hester's question is there a step-by-step how-to manual that can be downloaded on how to upload the reports on the new e-services?
Yes,
there is. Yes, there is a step-by-step guide on the website that is available.
Okay, so we do have a step-by-step guide on the website, so you can use that to assist you when uploading your document. Our next question.
So on the website, you go to step-by-step guides at the bottom of the website, and then you open the new e-services folder. You'll find the step-by-step guides there.
Okay. The next question is there a way to retrieve approved application documents from the e-service site? I think Jan means that applications
Which documents? Which documents?
Application documents.
Yeah, which
Approved
application documents? Which documents? There are many
Okay,
applications.
Okay. Jan van Jaarsveld, would you please give us clarity on that so that we can answer your question? Madeleine's question is, what must a practitioner do if not all his matters are reflected under his name? And when you type in the registration number, you will get a message to say that you are not the appointed practitioner.
Must refer the matter to Mapule. Mapule then will check that.
Okay. Lindiwe's question is, where do I access a BR status report on the CIPC website? I have only been able to get it from the Law Society's website to date. Your guidance will be appreciated.
When you say access to BRP status report, what do you mean? Remember, the status reports are filed with CIPC, and documents that are filed with CIPC, they are for public information, and all all documents filed with CIPC, the request is made via disclosure, the disclosure process. So I'm not sure when it says access, because there is a disclosure process requesting all documents that are with CIPC, including the status reports. Whatever documents, you have to go through that process.
Okay. Jan van Jaresveld's question, that where we asked him for clarity, he said the applications like core 123.2, for example. What
Yeah,
was his
so
question?
yeah, he was asking about
The
how
application
do you
sites.
how do you access the application documents. So it's the same process that I've mentioned. You do the disclosure, and then you'll be able to get the documents that you are requesting for.
Okay, Alison Time has just a comment or a suggestion. Please can the new guides under new e-services be dated? No way can I see, for example, the status guide saying it's effective from 1st September. We will note your suggestion. Our next question is,
Sorry, Shani, so that we do
Yeah.
not maybe give a wrong impression. So the step-by-step guides, they don't have dates. These are the guides. You have the dates on the practice notes that are on the website, that are published there on the website. So the practice note will tell you the dates.
oh,
The guide
okay.
the guide is how. The practice note is what must be done, and that's where you'll get then the effective dates.
Oh, thank you for clarifying that. Our next question is, we submitted status reports and stated that the creditors meeting has not been conducted, but the reports were rejected. The matter was still ongoing, and you just stated that the questions on the system is referring to the status 151 meeting. Why would it be then rejected?
Yeah, so this is one of the people that will then say, tick, maybe there was no meeting, but on the body of the report, they will say there was a meeting. So that's the contradiction then that is there. In one area, you said there was no meeting, and in another part, you said there was a meeting. Then it will be rejected. If you're saying there's no meeting, you tick no on the system, and then on the body of the report, you say there was a meeting, and the meeting says this and that and that, then that's where the problem is.
Okay. Our next question is, okay, I don't know if this is a comment or a question, but Lindiwe just says here, annual reports on all rescues to date. I have no idea what that means. Vianney, do you understand that?
No, I don't understand. Maybe he will need to elaborate.
Okay.
Or she will need to elaborate.
Okay, Lindiwe, please elaborate on your comments that you have posted. Is there any other? Okay, we have come to the end of the questions that have been posted. Vianney, is there anything else that you would like to elaborate on or explain regarding a business?
Yes, yeah. Is the fact that the business rescue space has been on the public eye, and people are feeling that maybe CIPC is not putting its weight behind the business rescue. In actual fact, even the new minister, when came on board, also raised some issues when it comes to business rescue, particularly where the practitioners they will take companies for a rescue for 4 years, 5 years, and then after that they terminate and take it to liquidation, apply for liquidations. This is one area that then the commissioner is putting resources to. There are some work that is being done also to monitor the conduct of the practitioners and also the work of the practitioners to ensure that we assist in attaining what the purpose of this business rescue was all about, which is to save jobs, if we are to be honest. And we are going to then have a robust engagement with practitioners, some of which also, if they are not providing us the justification which is proper, they might even lose their licenses, because we need to make it a point that we save jobs as much as possible. We do appreciate and understand, all of us, the state of our economy, the state of unemployment, and so forth. And this business rescue was there to assist in that regard. Now, we are busy with that. And we request that practitioners should understand that we need to up our game. Let's save jobs. And if we come to a company and we see that there are no prospects, let's say it whilst it's still early, so that we do not waste the resources of companies and instead increase the debt of the company to a point that it is not able to recover. We are also monitoring the case law. We see what is happening there, and also we're following up on practitioners that are involved in that space. We do appreciate the rights of people and also the rights to justice, but when it comes to this, we have to play our role and ensure that everything is above board, and we work together as practitioners, as professional bodies, and also as a regulator, to ensure that we achieve the best that we could. So yeah, that's what I wanted also to highlight to the members that attended. Thanks. I see there are some questions that are coming, and I think we still have time to respond to.
Yes. The next question that they say here, can you please direct me to where the practice note is that says that the new e-service platform is effective from the 1st of September? Okay. I think.
All right, I'm trying to open the website. Yeah, you can go to the next question.
Okay.
Jan, open the website.
Jan van Jaarsveld. Sorry, okay. There is an application call 123.2 done, which shows approved on the system, but the approved document was not sent to the applicant via email. Does that?
We have Rutani.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll check that. But what I was answering is that the suggestion, it's not what will be implemented. The person now wants the actual practice note, and I'm saying it was sent to the people of publication. We are not in publication, but we know that it was signed by the commissioner, that notice, and they will confirm that. We can also confirm that it will be also on this slide when they have picked it up.
Okay, our next question is, do you have a list of any of your rescued business planning documents filed on your register as copyright?
Okay, let's start with the Jan van Jaarsveld. Jan van Jaarsveld says he has not received a a confirmation of the approved 123.2. So please, Jan, contact Mapule so that they can check what might have transpired. Then this one, do you have a list of any of your rescued business planning documents file on your register as a copyright? I'm sure this person is asking for the rescue plans. Yeah, so the rescue plans are not filed with CIPC. They are published on the company's, whether it's their website, I don't know where do they publish them. And also the practitioners, they then issue them to the affected parties, which CIPC is not part of the affected parties. So we don't have rescue plans with CIPC.
Okay, thank you for that. Tamia's question is not part of the presentation, but practitioners' license are valid for 3 years and renewed for 3 years. How do we go about updating license to experienced or senior after 5 years?
Yeah, it's like when you apply for a license, then the system, it will give you your grading, and then it will ask you for the new grade that you want, and then you attach the supporting documents, like when you do the normal licensing.
Okay. Lindiwe's question is regarding the location of the annual status update report of all BR filed with CIPC to date. For context, please refer to my earlier request on as this
Yeah, I
chain.
think that's the end. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything.
Okay. There's a last question, but I don't know whether it's relevant. How much is your standard management fee? Do you request to be paid in advance before you start with business rescue?
Yeah, so we don't have fees that are paid to CIPC for management. A practitioner is appointed by the company.
Okay, so CIPC does not charge any fees, only the practitioners. The last question that I have here, the option to renew license is only available after the license expires. I don't know whether that is something that you can answer, Vianney.
Mapule, can you respond? This client
Tanya.
apparently, is not
Tanya,
understanding
yes.
the issue of
Yes.
requesting for.
Okay. You have an option, Tanya, to file for a reclassification, even if you are still within your license is still licensed. So you don't have to wait for renewal if you want to be reclassified. There is a reclassification option when you click under the license portal. So you can apply for a reclassification from experienced to senior, or from junior to experienced, or from you will choose the category it will give you, and then you can submit it with the required forms.
Yeah, so Talera Naidu, again, these people that are here are not responsible for publications. And as I've mentioned, I said, when it comes to the effective date, it's not part of the step-by-step guides. So with regards to publication, we are going to follow up with people that are responsible for publication. And then after that, it will be included in these documents that Shani said they will be on the platform website and Facebook. Then you'll get the actual notice that you are looking for. You'll get it there.
Okay, she said thank you. Do you want to
Then there's the
take
other one that says the PI
one
score
question? Okay.
does not accept a zero number. Please, can you change it to accept a zero? As some companies have 0 employees. Yeah, so again, Stacy, this is not a presentation part. So please send your issue to Mapule with a screen shot or a proof of what you're saying so that they can be able to take it up with the relevant developers to see if that is the case.
Okay, I see there's no other questions, and we almost it's almost 11:15. I just want to say, if it's okay, we can end off if there's no other questions regarding the presentation. Please remember that this presentation, this live presentation, will be on the CIPC website. It will be on our Facebook page as well as on the YouTube videos. So if you have any questions, please post them under the comment section and we will send it to the relevant department. We have now come to the end of this webinar. We hope you found today's webinar of value and that it will assist you. Thank you so much for joining the webinar today. Good day. And thank you so much to our panels that answered our questions so informatively, as well as for the presenter. Thank you.